let's move on and let's get another management on board. And right now we have the management of Sun Pharmaceuticals joining us on the phone line. We have Mr. C.S. Muralidharan, who is the Group CFO at Sun Pharma, joining us. A very good afternoon to you, Mr. Muralidharan. Thank you so much for joining us on ET Now. And let's talk about your earnings as well as your global specialty business. Basically, this time it looks like this led the growth for the quarter gone by. Could you tell us how you see the contribution going ahead? Do you think that it will scale from this levels onwards as well?
So, in terms of the global specialty revenue for the Q3 FY23, we reported $235 million. Which is a growth of 28%, and that accounts for about 16.5% of our consolidated revenues, as against 14% in the previous period. Within the global specialty, the growth was driven by Ilumya and Winlevi. And if you look at the 9 months revenues for the global specialty revenues, we are almost trending nearing the full year annualized revenues of last fiscal.
Hi, Mr. Muralidharan. This is Anisha also joining into the conversation. Your margins this quarter round were quite resilient despite the increase that we have seen in the R&D spend. Going forward, do you expect to sustain this margin level, or there's a northward bias to the margins?
So, if you look at the margins, you are right that despite the increased spend in R&D and other expenses, you have seen we are able to maintain the margin levels at currently what we reported at 26.7. However, you look back in the last 6 to 8 quarters, we are maintaining consistently margin ranging from 25 to 27%, despite the increase in spend post even normalization of COVID and our committed investments to R&D. We are not giving any specific guidance on our margins at this point of time. However, we continue to focus on our efficiency of operations and control on cost. We will have some operating leverage as we further scale up on the specialty business. But given our focus on margin, at the same time will not deter us from making any further investments in R&D or other activities for growing the business further.
Right, Mr. Muralidharan, let's talk about the new launches. If you could tell us what are the new launches that you have in the pipeline, especially when you consider Duroxalinib. If you could tell us what's the timeline for that particular drug launch as well?
Duroxalinib is the lead asset of Concert Pharmaceuticals Inc. The transaction which we announced in the month of Jan. We have said that in our press release, we will continue to work on the filing, which the Concert has earlier estimated that the potential filing opportunity in the first half of calendar year 2023. We'll continue to work on the same plan.
Okay, so that's it, word coming in as far as the pipeline is concerned. But a quick take as to, in the quarter gone by, there was a bit of an impact that came into your numbers because of a couple of products went off the licensing, plus the competition increase in a couple of drugs as well. Is this going to be a sustained trend in Q4 and near term?
No, there has been, you're right in terms of 2 products what we talked about. But I don't think that it is a major concern for us, considering the size of the India business in which we operate, the overall revenues for India business from this of patent 1. And then what we also believe is that this also gives an opportunity to increase the volume growth and gain more market share.
Right, so let's shift focus and let's talk about the R&D spends, which has been trending higher. Now it's between around 5 to 6%. If you tell us what's the targeted R&D spend level that is going that you are expecting going ahead?
Yeah, in the current 9 months, we are at about 5.23% to the consolidated revenues. Of course, for the quarter Q3, we're almost at 6% there. We will continue to maintain the momentum and reach that levels in the 4Q. And as I said in the beginning, R&D investment is to build for the future pipeline and growth for the organization, both in specialty and in generics related across markets. So we will continue to invest in R&D and try and improve this overall investment, which will yield positive results in the future years.
Okay, Mr. Muralidharan, thank you so much for joining us with that quick take on the earnings and the way going forward. On that note,